Brandon here. Well, the Mazda's gone, the red van is gone, and I got myself a new Space Command vehicle. She's, a little rough, but nothing that I can't fix. This side of the body is got a little bit of rust, but the other side's really good. And that's just surface rust, so I can just grind that out, sand that out, replace a couple of pieces of steel, weld it in there, and she'll be good as new. Because she's really good underneath, right? See, it's been oil sprayed. Basically, the tires are stuck right now. Now, this used to be my old work van for the place I worked at. And I've tried to take the tires off before, and it's like a big 9-bolt pattern, and they're rusted to shit. So, but I got my dad over here. He's got the torch. He's just heating the nuts up. Got 2 done. Working on the 3rd. It's 36 bolts in total we'll have to do like this. And then we'll jack it up. She looks like a little bit of a piece right now, but when I'm done with her, she'll be alright. 608,000 kilometers. Alright, so I got the front end jacked up. I got it on stands. And I knew she had a lot of bounce in the front end, but as you can see, the strut is gone. It literally snapped way down here, and if you look, you can see it. It's there. It's just hanging there. Should go all the way up and then come through here. Now, I already looked at the other side. Now I don't have the tire off on that side yet, but it is still in one piece. So definitely that needs to be fixed. I think it's on the other side that this extension is broken as well. It's snapped off down there. So the brakes are pretty new, so they should be alright for the safety. So I have to replace the struts, front struts, sway bar extension, links, and that's about it, I think, up here. Everything else looks alright. All the brake lines look good. So I'm just going to jack the back up now and put it on all 4 jack stands, and then I can get to work. I'm going to take this bumper off. Seems a lot stucker.
Oh yeah, it is.
Alright, so I got all 4 tires up off the ground, and just in case you guys want to jack up one of these vans and put it on jacks like this. So what I did first is right here at the front, see where this jack stand is? That's where I put my jack originally, and I lifted up the front end, both sides, right? Then I put it right here on the frame, on both sides, right? So just before that curve. Then at the back here, so you just put your jack right in the middle of the diff, and then you lift it up again, both sides at the same time, and then you put your jack stands right there at on the axle. Try to line them up, the ones at the front, and you can put one at the front there too as a safety precaution. And I just leave my other jack right here, and then should be pretty safe to go. Now if you look here, what I was referring to earlier is you can see this strut here, or shock, and it goes all the way up and then it attaches up here. So we got the strut arm and then the cylinder, I guess it would be called, inside. And so that's how it's supposed to look. If you come over here, you can see it's non-existent. Right, and there's the top of it, the broken off part. Right, and you can see the washer that was here. Right, you can see a little bit of the yellow or green or whatever that is. I'm colorblind, so I know it's yellow or green. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to take these rotors off because I know they're real good and pretty much brand new. I don't want them to get all rusty, so I'm going to take the caliper off and the rotors off, and I'm going to bring the rotors inside. Now I'm doing a safety inspection on this van, so I might even just paint the tops here and then it looks like they're brand new, right? So that's a little trick I do sometimes. You can paint the whole thing, but if you just paint the tops, that's good enough. They won't know the difference. So got the rims off. Tomorrow is supposed to be plus 12, so it's just the beginning of winter here in Canada. So I'm gonna paint the tires and I'm gonna take the bumper off today too. It's all rusty. And I'm gonna paint that as well tomorrow. And maybe do a little bit of body work. As you can see, this side's really good. No rust. This side, there's a little. Fixable though, for sure. In fact, those doors don't open properly because the hinges are sealed. So if I just got 2 new doors, I would solve all that rust right there. And then I'd just have to fix this rear wheel well just a bit, just at the corners there, right? And I'm not worried about the mileage because I'm going to pretty much do the whole front end. And to get a motor, it's, you know, standard Chevy small block V8. You know, there's a million of them. So when the motor goes, I'll just drop a new one in it. Right, so here's the broken strut. See, it didn't even actually snap because what happened is, I guess, is the bolt came off, and then I guess when the suspension wasn't under load, this somehow got underneath, and then the whole van came down and just bent the shit out of it. I've never seen that in my life. But it's safe to say that that is euchred. I also broke the 2 nuts underneath, so I can actually get them from the top, actually, hopefully, so I might not have to drill them out. So I think the other side I'm gonna put some penetrating oil, and then I'll use my torch again, and hopefully those ones I won't break because I don't need any more work. This thing needs enough as it is. Okay, so I skipped ahead a little here, but basically there's 2 bolts here. There's this one and this one, and one attaches here and one attaches on the bottom. So you undo those 2 bolts and then you can pull this caliper off. I also disconnected the brake line here and up here as well. And I broke off that bolt, so I'm gonna have to drill that out. And I got 2 broken ones down here, but I think, you know what? I plan on keeping this van forever. So I think I'm going to just replace everything. I'm going to replace the outer inner tie rod, the lower control arm. Obviously I got to do the strut. We all know that. So I'm going to get this. Obviously I didn't get it off yesterday and it rusted even over just one night. So I'm just about to get this off. I need to use my puller to get it out. But I basically just, this here, I just took my air chisel, right? and I just chiseled it off, just broke it off. So if you're just replacing everything, you don't really have to worry about breaking stuff. That's kind of where we're at right now. Got the back off, and as you can see, the parking brake, the e-brake drum pads are just done, so they're gonna have to be replaced. And there's the caliber. So I got these rotors off, but the front giving me trouble. Alright, so I got the rims all painted. You know, this one here was pretty rusty, and you can see that there's pitting and all that crap, but looks a lot better than they did. These ones are really good. So I'm on my way to get 4 more tires. You know, some of them are okay. Like this one looks alright, but that one's pooched. That one's pooched. That one leaks. I don't know if it's a rim leak or what, but whatever. Just gonna get new tires. Well, they're not new, they're used, but they're in better shape than these ones. So as soon as I get those tires, I'm gonna start putting it back together. So it's supposed to kind of freezing rain tomorrow, I think, and then there's 3 good days of pretty decent weather. So I'm hoping it's not gonna take 3 days, but hopefully I can slam that front end together in a day, get the front tires on, and then the next day I'll do the parking brake on the rear and put that back together, and then put the tires on, and then get it off the jack stands. And then I gotta go buy the water pump and get a windshield, and that should be it. Should be ready for safety. There's a cat over there in her favorite spot. Just chills there. All the squirrels running across the line. Alright, Brandon here. So there's a bit more snow on the ground, but still clear enough that I can work on it without any real problems. I've got my new tires, and I'm really pleased with these. So they're used, but they're gorgeous, great shape, and I got a really good deal. So shout out to West Street Tire in Brantford. Got lots of parts, big parts haul. So I got lowers, uppers, shocks, tie rod inners, outers, new pads for the rear, parking brake. I painted the spring even, cleaned up the spindles a little bit as best as I could. I wanted to put new wheel bearings on it too, but after looking at it downstairs, it was going to be more of a pain in the ass to get it off, and I just kind of want to get back together, you know. So weather isn't going to get any better from here, so I'm just going to tackle at this beast, and good to go.